Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice, where last episode, Politician Wimperson was found guilty. Well, more or less found a suspect, let's put it that way, because I'm guessing prosecution actually has to take place there, of the murder of Archie Buff. However, the mastermind behind all this still has not been uncovered, with Maya hostage in Khura'in. What do you mean Miss Faye is still being held hostage? And who's this mastermind? Politician Wimperson was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. But I have no idea who they are. So all we know is it's the person he was trying to give the orb to. Right, he was just following orders. Whoever it is, it seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So then, Miss Faye's abduction is the work of this so-called benefactor too. Right again, whoever they are, they're in Khura'in, along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right, this Maya, the spirit medium you'd be talking about. She wouldn't happen to be that bun-haired young lady you defended back in Khura'in. That's her. Why'd you ask? I see. I think I know what's going on here. I've got good news for you, Wright. Maya is somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. I'm afraid you've lost me. So that's who the little snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. That fool has no idea I'm here in the States with you all. Dirk, you mind filling us in? I always feel like I should let the theme tune go a little bit before I actually pick up the phone. If he likes it so much, you like a theme tune or on your phone, you put it on there. You want to hear it a bit, yeah? No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Hello? Mr. Phoenix Wright, yes. Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinate. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Attition's benefactor. This way I need a voice mod on my microphone or something. So that's what's going on here. Ah! Sounds like they're using a voice changer or something to disguise themselves. Where's Maya? Is she safe? I have my ears on today's proceedings. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving the orb's riddle is a spirit medium. I admit, I did not see that coming. Wait, did they plant a listening device in here somehow? Nevertheless, don't think for a minute that it will guarantee Maya Faye's safety. She is not the only medium within my reach, you see. You harm a hair on Maya's head, and you'll have to answer to me. Right. Give it here a sec. Wait. Hey there. How's it going, stranger? Who is this? Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I just happen to be in the US on a little trip. Minister of Justice, Inga Khura'in. Inga? What? Maya's kidnapper. Is Khura'in's Minister of Justice? Dirk, is that you, you dirty turncoat? How in the one place is going on here? Oh, you know, just popped over to the States for a little R&R. But enough about me, Inga. That was a poor excuse for a bluff you pulled just now. We both know your threats are as empty as your head. You can't lay a hand on Maya Faye, and I do mean that literally. What is he talking about? You can kiss your chances of getting the orb goodbye. Maya Faye ain't my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Now that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? Glad you're seeing things my way. Meet me at Amara's tomb tomorrow at 3 PM sharp. And you better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the orb is all you'll need to get Maya Faye back. Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I had to get back to Khura'in at once. What? Why? No time to explain. But are you even going to make it? What if there are no seats left on the next flight? Plus, you're a wanted man. They're not going to just let you get on a plane. Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. Hey! Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth! What are you doing here? Taking care of the hostage situation. Oh, now that you mention it, Pearl did say that she saw you around in Khura'in village. I had him looking into a few things while I was on my way back from Khura'in. Including my situation, of course. I was astonished to hear she was still in Khura'in earlier, but it explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Atisham. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation, I've taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time, and I will do what's necessary to hide the fact that Dhurke is on board. Wow, must be nice to be Chief Prosecutor. Right, we have no time to lose. We must head for Khura'in at once. Right. I'm going too, after all. You're bound to need my help. No fair, I want to go too. This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort. But Daddy! Guess I should also only bring what's necessary? Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding on to this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence has been foisted onto Trucy. Fine. But you better bring me back something besides just more evidence. Excellent. Now, let us make haste. To Khura'in. If there's a prosecution still going for Paul Letition, shouldn't we hand the evidence over to the prosecution? And that's how a sudden trip to the kingdom of Khura'in began. I never imagined I'd return to the country of my youth under such circumstances, though. And so, on May 18th at 2:30 PM, we arrive at Temple. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. The Kingdom of Khura'in. This is no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo. Right behind you. Amara's tomb is located in the courtyard of Grand Palace. We should have just enough time to get there. Then let's sprint there. Think you can keep up, Apollo? Sure, no sweat. There'll be a lot of sweat. I'll contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of our arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth. Right, off we go then. Any ideas? We've got a sprint, haven't we? I know you probably want to reminisce and all, but there's no time for that right now. You're right. We've got to get to Amara's tomb where Miss Faye is being held captive. I don't think she is, you know. I think someone else. Is it his own special kind of coup that's going on here? May 18th at 2:45 PM. Grand Palace. Royal residence. I wasn't made for all the running and climbing and near drowning I've done this week. It's 2:45, only 15 minutes left. See that cylindrical building rising in the distance? That's Amara's tomb. Amara? Wasn't that the previous queen? The one who was assassinated? Yes, and I'm the one they pinned it on. It will take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. So, do you have returned, barbed head? Ah! I've seen her before on the news. If I remember correctly, this is the Crown Princess Rafa Padma Khura'in. What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed to enter without permission. A prosecutor from the States should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why we're here, your benevolence, have you seen Minister Inga? Have you seen my father? I just saw him heading toward Amara's tomb. Was he with anyone? You know, like some shady looking underlings or something? No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Looks like she has no idea about Miss Faye's abduction. You hear that? I think we have company. Bow down before her glory! Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, Grand Priestess of Khura'in, approaches! Huh? Khura'in? Ah! It's... Queen Khura'in! Guards. Surround Amara's tomb at once. Yes, Your Eminence! What's she doing? Is she gonna help us? Excuse me, Your Eminence. So, our barbed-head lawyer returns. May we presume you are here for Maya Fey, the spirit medium who has been abducted? Yes, you may. Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband. Oh, no need to apologize for him. Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country, how could you? Father, abducted someone? Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there? They are the Khura'in Royal Guard, soldiers who serve the crown and no other. Royal Guard? They are an elite force selected from only the most loyal and outstanding of our subjects. And why have you ordered them to surround the tomb? The police will not come if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves. What? You mean... Khura'in, no. His hostage is in there. Dhurke, how dare you set foot in the palace? Have you come to turn yourself in? Listen, we need to call a truce for now. Khura'in, Royal Guard, seize this traitor of the crown. As you wish, Your Eminence. Resist and you die! Wait a second. Slow down there, Khura'in. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. But if you take me in now, Maya Fey is as good as dead. A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you? We can talk about that later. Right now, I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the place. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Dhurke, wait! Guards, allow the insurgent Dhurke Sadmadi to pass. Barbedhead, you have some explaining to do. Right. Well, while we're waiting here... Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? What? Me? Leave nothing out, Hornhead, or I'll dehorn you where you stand. Hornhead? She doesn't waste any time coming up with nicknames. What's with the attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Fey. Alright, well then I'll tell you everything I know, Rafer. Hostage taken by Inga. Did my ears deceive me, or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone? Oh, you heard right. He abducted Maya Fey and... insolent fool! Pardon my rudeness. A gentle soldier as my father could not possibly have committed such a crime. Gentle? You think he's gentle? I'm afraid it's true, Your Benevolence. He's holed up in that tomb as we speak. Really? I find this difficult to believe. Why would he do such a thing? Inga Karkul Khura'in. Your Benevolence, you saw your father heading toward the tomb. I did. I was over on that veranda deep in Fort. When I saw him hurrying toward the tomb, I say it was about 10 minutes ago. Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late. Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb? I saw no one else after he entered. So Minister Inga and Miss Fey are the only ones in there besides Dhurke. Who knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had a minion or two with him. Dhurke, I sure hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes. It feels like an eternity. Patience, Apollo. Patience. And so I take it, the 20 minutes has passed. It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dhurke so long? The appointed time has come. Our royal guard shall now storm in. Can you wait just a little longer? No, we cannot. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in. But that'll put Miss Faye's life in danger too. Guards, storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent Dhurke Maddie. Yes, Your Eminence! What? Dhurke's under arrest too? Naturally. That traitor of a snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go. Seize them both. Hurrah! We're going in! Follow me, men! For Your Eminence! Utihala Godan! I hope no one gets hurt. Ah! Your Eminence! What the? Why are they running back out? What is the meaning of this? Something terrible has happened. Dhurke, the minister. He's dead. What's this? What? Apollo, quick! I'm right behind you. No one enters without our... Come, let us see what has transpired. Yes, Your Eminence! So inside the Amara's tomb. What has taken place? Where's Dhurke? Apollo, over there. Dhurke? Dhurke? What? What have you done? Apollo? Look! So it is Minister Inga who has fallen. Guards, seize this murderous man at once. Yes, Your Eminence. Surrender now or perish, rebel scum! No, wait! Ah! Dhurke! They're taking him away. Ow! Dhurke just threw something at me. Wait, this is the... Is he telling me to keep it safe? Nick, is that you? Maya! Are you alright? Dhurke, he saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. Maya! Mr. Inga, the man behind Miss Faye's abduction, had been killed. And Dhurke was arrested for his murder. So it was that the abduction of Maya Faye came to a sudden and unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister. But things were far from over. So May 18th, back at the Grand Palace, outside once again. Encirclement to keep people from entering the crime scene, I wonder? Bit late for that. Apollo, what happened? I can't say for sure, but from what I can tell, it seems Dhurke has killed Minister Inga. What? You think he did it to save Miss Faye? Most likely. But who knows? I'm really confused right now. My father, he's... This cannot be! I must see it for myself. Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass. Fools, stand aside. Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in. Father,
Oh, Father! Dhurke, you will pay for this.
Apollo, let's go regroup somewhere. Yeah. Dhurke, it wasn't really you that did it, right?
Are you okay, Apollo?
Yeah. Edgeworth's speaking with the local police, so let's sit tight until he returns. Okay. I know you must be in a state of shock right now, but I need you to stay with us, Apollo. He's right. I can't go to pieces now. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'll be fine. Right, Mr. Justice. I'm afraid I have some bad news. It looks like things will only get more complicated from here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's happening with Dhurke? As I understand it, he has been officially charged with the murder of Minister Inga. He has. However, I did manage to get his permission to investigate the crime scene. And I expect we'll be allowed to visit Mr. Sadmadi shortly. Thank you. I'm sure glad Prosecutor Edgeworth is here with us. Also, it just so happens that Detective Skye is here in Khura'in. So I have asked her to assist us with our investigation. What? What's she doing here? It seems Prosecutor Sadmadi has grown quite fond of her. He's been ferrying her around all over the place. A few days here, a few days there. They've almost become a team of sorts. Despite what Nayuta says, it seems he thinks highly of Emma's skills. So what now, Apollo? I think I'll go pay Dhurke a visit at the detention centre. I want to go check in on Maya at the hospital. What about you, Fina?
Well, if there's footwork to be done, I'd better stick with Apollo and give him a hand.
Very well, then I will accompany you, right? Okay, we'll go our separate ways for now. Alright, if anything comes up, you have my cell number.
Do you know your way around here, Apollo?
It's been over 10 years since I left, but I'll try not to get us hopelessly lost. Well, here we go, to explore Khura'in once more. Any ideas?
Queen Garan sure has a lot of personal attendants.
Yeah, the Grand Royal Guard. They're like her own private army.
More like an elite fan club made up of carefully selected soldiers who adore her.
That's how I see it anyway, well that's a Royal Guard, really. That's a pretty blunt way of putting it. So what to do, Athena?
Dhurke Sadmadi, the charismatic leader of the Divine Dragons, arrested. This is going to deal a major blow to the rebels.
Yeah, I can already see Dats having a heart attack when he finds out.
Speaking of Dats, he was on the plane with us. But I haven't seen him since we landed.
Dhurke said he wanted Dats to go home before he caused any more trouble.
Yeah, he strikes me as a troublemaker.
I just hope he doesn't do anything crazy, like trying to break Dhurke out of jail. Well, I guess it's off to the crime scene again we go. We've got the Founder's Orb back in our possession. We can go to detention centre shortly. I mean, that's the newest place. Why don't we go there first then, see if we can visit just yet. He said shortly after all. Is this as short as possible? It is. Apollo, here to see your old man, are you? Dhurke, are they done interrogating you? Nope, the fun hasn't even started. I imagine they'll really rake me over the coals though.
I don't even want to think about how harsh their interrogation method would be.
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to what they'll do if they find him guilty. They branded me a terrorist who killed the previous queen, and now the Justice Minister. If found guilty of these crimes, I'll be facing a very public execution. Public execution? This is worse than I thought! Come on, son. Turn that frown upside down. You'll jinx us. As soon as I get out of here, I'll take you to this tasty hash house I know. I'd like that. I really need to focus on what happened. Time to switch to work mode. Dhurke, can you tell me what happened?
Oh, and there's also something I want you to take a look at.
What do I want him to take a look at? I do wonder. Is it the orb itself? Well, there's not much to present to him, is there? I see you got it safely out of the tomb. Why did you throw it at me like that? I want you to listen carefully, son. The orb must not fall into Garan's hands. Not ever.
I thought Minister Inga was the one who was after it. He was the one who lent it to Professor Buff to study, after all.
So haven't you exposed his crime now? I have, but there's more connected to this relic than meets the eye. Much more. And whatever it is, I can't help feeling that it could turn this entire kingdom upside down.
You said something like that before. Looks like Dhurke's intuition is at it again.
Garan will do anything to retrieve this. So guard it well, son. At least until tomorrow's trial. Can I get you to look at the photo of my father again? That's the only remaining photo of your father. Take good care of it.
I will. I'm just surprised to see it after all these years.
I had a tough time tracking it down and retrieving it. It was taken by some European tourists who just happened to be watching your father. I had one of my men go to Europe to look them up and ask whether we could have it.
You went through all that trouble?
I did. So don't go losing or anything.
I said I'd take good care of it, didn't I?
That was an interesting little tidbit. Alright then, well, we've had him look at everything apart from our badge.
Dhurke, what happened in there? You didn't really kill Mr. Inga, did you?
Well, the thing is, I really don't know.
Huh?
I remember seeing the mural of the founder right as I entered the tomb, but I got all dizzy immediately after that. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand, and covered in Inga's blood.
So you don't remember meeting with him?
Nope. The last thing I remember after entering the tomb is feeling really dizzy.
There's no way you can explain what happened if you can't remember anything.
Yeah. I suppose there's no getting out of this one. But we can't give up yet! I was just messing with you, son.
Well, stop. It's not funny.
Sorry.
Sheesh. Nothing seems to faze him. Not even being arrested for murder.
This is going to be one tough case, Apollo. Not only have I been charged with Inga's murder, but I've also been charged with Amara's assassination from 23 years ago.
You're on trial for 2 charges?
Garan is practically licking her chops just thinking about my public execution. Guess it means we can't afford to lose our heads, huh?
I don't know how you can laugh at a time like this.
So, son, I take it you'll be defending me at my trial?
Of course. You can count on me.
That's my boy. Looks like your nerves are as steely as those vocal cords of yours. After all, you've got the Defense Culpability Act to contend with too.
Oh, right. So, if you're found guilty, then I'll be charged with the same double homicide, huh?
Don't tell me you forgot about that.
I'll be fine. I just have to make sure we win this one.
You sure? Because you don't sound very fine.
Apollo, what was that about an assassination 23 years ago?
Let's ask about it. About that incident 23 years ago.
That was when the previous queen, Amara, was assassinated, wasn't it?
Yes, someone set a private residence on fire. She lost her life in the ensuing blaze.
And you were arrested for the crime? Fire everywhere. Why would they arrest you, Mrs. Amari? Weren't you just a lawyer back then? What relation could you have had with the queen?
About that, Amara was, well, she was my wife. I may not look the part, but I was once husband to a queen. In short, I was royalty.
What? No way! Are you saying you won the heart of the reigning queen?
Come on, you're talking to a guy who owned his prowess against witnesses on the stand. Even a queen is no match for this dragon's glare.
Wow, you're really something else. So was a verdict ever reached, Dhurke?
I acted as my own attorney and won. Until I was accused of fabricating evidence, that is. Then it all went south.
Now, where have I heard a story like that before? What happened after that?
I made a run for it.
You ran? But why?
I didn't kill Amara, and I didn't fabricate any evidence. If I had stuck around for a retrial, I'd have been found guilty for sure. I couldn't allow that to happen. Amara's true killer would never face justice if I did. So I left my law practice behind and went underground. That was 23 years ago.
Are you telling me that after all these years, you still haven't discovered the truth?
Yeah, the fact that it was an arson means that the crime scene was reduced to ashes. There is little in the way of evidence left. It's just been brick wall after brick wall. I guess that means it's all up to me to figure it out, huh? Along with Mr. Inga's murder, of course.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, son. Don't look so down. With you on the case, it'll work out somehow. I hope he's right. Say, son, do you remember my office?
Sure, I remember that messy, dimly lit room.
The file of a mass on Amara's assassination is kept there. I think it might help you on this case. Do you remember how to get there?
Let me think. I recall going in through a manhole.
How can I not, Dhurke? I hate how I always got so dirty getting there.
And that stench.
Our case is important too, but I should probably focus on the minister's murder first.
I'm afraid your time is up. Well, I'm afraid our time is up as well. Who is this that has appeared at this point in time? We'll find out next episode on Spirit of Justice. A perfect timing for that sentence to come in.
I'll see you then. Bye-bye.